Thailand crowned world's third most fun nation, only behind Spain and Brazil. But some people in the comments section were saying, is Thailand a fun country, but not a serious country?
I mean, we talked about this many times, but one of the reasons why Thailand or Bangkok specifically is one of the most visited countries or cities in the world last year, ranked number 1, Bangkok, because it is fun. But, you know, what does that tell you?
Well, usually the most fun kid at school didn't get the best grades.
Yeah, I mean,
they didn't necessarily do bad, but they're definitely not going to be the valedictorian.
Yeah, that's why, for example, economically, GDP wise, Vietnam is going to surpass it. You know, that's why Jensen Huang came here like 20 years ago and just realized that, you know what, I can't be, I guess, quote unquote, productive here. That's why I have to move and build my business elsewhere. It is what it is. And that's like our strong suit. Our strong suit as a Thai person is that we are a fun country. And I feel like we kind of like have to maximize that, you know?
Right. I think the best way to characterize it, guys, and don't be offended, I'm just saying what I observe, is like, all right, so you have one Bangkok mall. Near one Bangkok mall, Microsoft built a huge hyper modern computer brain facility in Bangkok. But there's a lot of talk at Microsoft about moving it to Vietnam very soon because they simply do not have the volume of high tier engineers in Thailand to justify running the system for the Southeast Asia head out of Bangkok.
Yeah, and I just have to say this, like, you know, I know a lot of very smart STEM kids here in Bangkok in Thailand. You know, I know Triam Udom produces the smartest math Olympians and stuff like that. But because of the brain drain, because of the lack of, I guess, stability politics wise in Thailand, they're moving to the other countries and these like
even like another Asian country like Singapore, right?
Yeah. So that's why Thailand is going to be a fun country unless we fix that. And do we even want to fix it? That's the question.
Well, I always say this, you know, every culture, whether they're forced to be that way or is organically that way, they make harsh trade-offs. But the richest members of every culture can mitigate it. So China is known as a very relatively unfun country, hyper-productive. But the really rich people in China can still be productive and have a fun life. The really rich people in Thailand, which is a fun but arguably not as productive country, like they can have fun, which is their natural country's direction, but their rich resources and ability to leverage their status will still give them the productivity.
Right.
But then the average person is subject to the harsh trade-offs.
Exactly. Or if you're Korean, where you got the K-pop, you got the dance groups, you got everything, right? But you also got the brains. That's why Korea is pretty productive, right? In a GDP macro sense. But at the same time, the suicide rate is also pretty high.
You know why? It's because the Korean people, you're right, they do have hella fun and they are hella productive with the Samsungs and the LGs, and they got the K-pops and the K-dramas and a crazy nightlife, you know, Gangnam, Itaewon, Hongdae culture. But they're going so hard at both, it's burning them out. Their trade-off